remember when we first started talking about, or maybe it's only been 2 or 3 weeks that I started talking about it, but potentially to walk away from the WNBA. It's a failed league.
Basketball fans, brace yourselves. Rumors are shaking up the sports world. Caitlin Clark, one of the biggest names in women's basketball, might be considering a huge opportunity to play in Europe. While there's no official announcement from Caitlin or her team, the very possibility is creating a buzz that won't go away. The WNBA has been the traditional home for top-tier American players, but a European contract could mean bigger earnings, a fresh fan base, and the chance to play against other elite athletes globally. For Clark, this kind of opportunity might just be too big to pass up.
And I said, someone should try to money whip Caitlin Clark into walking away from the WNBA and starting a rival league.
So, why is Europe so attractive to someone like Caitlin Clark? First off, let's talk about the money whip. European leagues are known for offering substantial contracts to top talent, often much higher than what players can make in the WNBA. Unlike in the US, where basketball revenue largely goes to the NBA, European leagues have much more financial flexibility to invest directly in players. For someone like Clark, who's already proven herself as a force to be reckoned with, Europe could provide a platform for both recognition and wealth that's unparalleled. It's not just about the money though, it's about being in an environment where her talent is seen as a premium asset worth every dollar.
And so they've now announced yesterday they're opting out of their CBA. Now there could be a potential work stop.
Here's another angle. The WNBA's collective bargaining agreement, otherwise known as CBA, is currently on shaky ground. With players opting out, there's a very real chance of a work stoppage in 2025. Imagine being at the top of your game and having to sit out a season because of contract negotiations. For Clark, considering a European contract could be a way to avoid this issue entirely. It would allow her to keep playing, building her career, and connecting with fans during what could be a tumultuous time for the WNBA. For a star player, the uncertainty of staying in the WNBA might not seem as appealing as a steady, lucrative contract abroad.
Each player, if they're paid based on their value, should pay the WNBA that amount of money to continue on with this league, because this league is a disaster.
One criticism often levied against the WNBA is that it's struggling to keep pace with other leagues. It reportedly operates at a substantial financial loss each year. In 2023, it was estimated that the WNBA could lose $40 million annually. This lack of financial stability has some people questioning whether it's the best place for players like Clark to build their careers. But unlike the WNBA, European leagues are structured to be financially sustainable and competitive, with the merit of players often reflected directly in their paychecks. For Clark, a European contract could mean playing in a setting where the league's financial health supports her personal and professional goals.
One needs to sit them down and say, oh, guys, you want to make some real money? You want to build a basketball league? You have a moment here with Caitlin Clark and maybe with Juju Watkins coming along the way, that maybe you can build a real basketball league that is profitable and can afford to pay you.
Could Caitlin Clark be the catalyst for a bigger shift? If she does sign overseas, it might pave the way for a new type of women's basketball league that focuses on profitability, fan engagement, and skill. We've seen in the past how a single star athlete can shape an entire league, draw fans, sponsors, and attention. If Clark's move inspires other top players to explore similar opportunities, it could lead to the development of a highly competitive women's league, possibly even outside the WNBA structure. Her decision might give birth to a basketball ecosystem that puts competition and player recognition at the forefront. Imagine a league where players like Clark, Juju Watkins, and Angel Reese battle it out internationally, building a new fan base and making history.
We can't just be a traveling pride parade and a drag queen story hour parade. We can't be a sex cult for the alphabet mafia that just travels from arena to arena. Because if we're that, We're going to limit ourselves. There'll be 3, 4, 5,000 people that show up at our Pride Parade sex cult party at those arenas.
There is a huge focus on Clark's talent, her competitiveness, and her commitment to the game. Some critics argue that the WNBA has leaned heavily on social and political themes, which can sometimes overshadow the game itself. But Caitlin Clark represents a return to pure athleticism and skill. Fans want to see her play basketball, drain threes, handle the ball with finesse, and compete with unmatched intensity. In Europe, she might find a space that emphasizes the sport over everything else, catering directly to fans' passion for the game. This could be a huge shift, placing focus back on performance and raw talent, which is exactly what makes Clark so beloved by her supporters.
Playing basketball here. People want to see Caitlin Clark, people want to see Juju Watkins, people want to see what, because again, we like the realness of it. You can't conceal your emotions. It's a bit, the game is a bit more authentic than the men's game.
But what do you think? Should Caitlin take the gig, or should she stay at the WNBA? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.